Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crashlander on Scrap Mechanic. I did a little bit of work on the cozy just before recording. I didn't do anything throughout the week like I usually do, but I did go through and put in some storage chests, as you can see, and then I did some of the rounded bits instead of it being all angled because the cozy is supposed to be rounded, not all angly and blah. The next episode I will try to remember to turn on, what's it called? I forget what it's called, but it gives you more tools, and you can like manually move blocks once you place them and stuff. I'll be using that to finish off like the grill area and bumper and stuff, but either way. I haven't done anything more with the building. I'm planning on taking a bit of a break and starting the exploring. I'm just kind of waiting for it to become daytime since I don't have headlights yet. I'm also not putting doors on the cozy yet just because it's easier to get in and out without them. I also put a ladder on the back just so it's easier to get up on top. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I was just playing for like an hour or so before recording to get that little bit of stuff that I wanted done. Everywhere that I've been on the map so far is kind of that way and that way. So I figured, I would start by going this way first and kind of towards the edge of the map and follow along the water a little bit. I guess I should make sure I've got everything that I feel like I won't need. I went and got some more blueberries and milk. I don't need controllers on me, so I'll just put that there for now. I could also move some of this other stuff into storage chests, but I'm not too worried about it. If you missed it, if you didn't see building this thing last video, is when I actually built the upfit for the cozy. But yeah, I guess it's time to just kind of get exploring finally. I haven't really done any exploring since finishing the story. And working on that base. And it seems like it's just becoming daytime again, which is nice. Timed it fairly well. Cozy is amazing off-road. I love this thing. Especially this not 4x4, 8x8 variant. Oh, I will grab this stuff. Again, for anyone that doesn't know the cozy, it's COEZY. I'll have a link to it in the description. It's a truck that I wanted to build to be as versatile as possible, so you can use basically just one truck for many things. Yeah, I picked up everything. So that in survival, you can kind of save on parts and resources and stuff. So you make one truck, cab, one chassis, just like one truck, and then you can build a bunch of upfits for it. So like a fifth wheel like I have back at the base for the resource trailer, you can make this RV upfit or any kind of RV upfit you want for exploring and doing little missions, getting around and stuff. Whatever you want. There's even an upfit for it that has a rut crawler on it. You can build a 4x4 version of the truck, 6x6, 8x8, whatever you want. There's different sleepers you can build for it. I haven't really worked on the truck itself in a long time, like probably 2 years at this point, because life, but it's still a pretty good truck. This mixed with my cutter, the little buggy that I use for cutting down trees and rock outcrops and stuff, They go very well and work very well together for survival. And then you don't have to worry about building a base right away. You can work on the truck first, have most of what you need in the truck and the trailer. You could build the truck as a transport truck and put the fifth wheel on it, and then make your resource trailer, the front of it, make it like an RV trailer or mobile home, whatever. Have the cutter go on the back, and then, yeah. It's just, like I said, it's meant to be as universal and stuff as it can be. It's good for everything. I also have no idea where I'm going, because, like I said, I'm just kind of exploring, trying to find where blueprints and stuff would be. So I want to go around kind of the edge of the map and just get a good feel of the borders, so that when I'm exploring more towards the interior, it's not so confusing. I can just pick a direction and I'll know roughly where I am at some point. That walk is getting attacked by wolf. Leave the walk alone. I find it weird. I'm typically not really into survival games. Other than Minecraft and this, I don't play survival games. Like, I play Valheim and The Forest with a couple friends, but I only play them because I'm playing with a couple friends. At the moment, this is the only survival game that I actually enjoy playing and look forward to playing and working on. Probably because it's machinery based, like it is, but still. Ever since Scrap Mechanic first came out, well, actually, I've had it since just before Steam, like just before it was released on Steam. But either way, ever since I first started playing it, it's just there's been something about it that's stuck with me, and I've loved it. Even with all the issues it's had over the years, even with still being in early access now, and them probably never actually ever finishing it. I really enjoy playing this. Is the alternator doing anything? I don't think so. I can't get the alternators to work properly. I had it kind of working when I set up a water wheel, like at the very beginning of my playthrough, but trying to make an engine powered generator just doesn't seem to be working. This one doesn't seem to be generating power. The one at the base doesn't seem to generate power, so if anyone knows what I'm doing wrong, let me know. Because it says attach a bearing to it, spin the bearing, and have a water container connected to keep it cool. Which I've been doing. Am I attaching the water in the wrong way? Am I turning the bearing the wrong way? How does it work? Should I be powering the bearing that's attached to it, rather than just spinning it with a piece of pipe or something? I also like having the off-road suspension on this way more than the sport suspension. The rear end is a walking beam style suspension, so that it can handle the weight a lot better. And then the front is just normal coilovers. But it typically has sport springs and then pistons to adjust the ride height in case you like bottom out or something. But it is so much better off road with the off road springs. Makes sense, but just the extra suspension travel is very nice. It's a nice big outcrop of stone. Got 3 wolves chasing me. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore them for now. I don't kill things unless I have to, like in general in games, like even in Cyberpunk 2077, I typically go through and just knock everyone out. Use the PAX mod and knock them out that way if I have to. This would be a nice spot for a little base too. Not like a full-on base, but like a little cabin with a bit of a refinery. Nice little flat spot beside the water, hill, nice and open. There'd be oil just over here. As you can see, I've got tons of, not tons, but lots of fuel ready to go for this as well, and a full tank. At least it was full when we left. I'm also probably going to just ramble a lot in this episode because I'm just exploring and enjoying what I do best. I love driving and exploring. It's like in other survival games in general, I tend to either keep watch, explore, and set up FOBs, forward operational bases, operations base, whatever. Oh, there's a bit of metal. Another thing I like about Crashlander is although there aren't any robots to get scrap metal from, there's these things around that you can get scrap metal from, and they respawn. I don't know how often they respawn, but I do know they respawn. So you technically have an unlimited amount of scrap metal. Stone, as far as I'm aware, and like coal and stuff, you still have to get from the rock outcrops that you break. Trees drop seeds now in this mod that you can use to plant more trees in your own little forest, which I will be doing at base once I build it up a bit more. Because the base will have its own little refinery and organized storage and stuff. I really like areas like this where it looks like it's in the fall. It's so nice. I would like to make a couple FOBs as well. Put beacons at them so they're easier to find. I wonder if the other blueprints are in the HQ, or if they're just around the map somewhere. Because I'm pretty sure there's a couple places in the HQ that I didn't manage to get into. And I also probably should have grabbed the keys from the other truck. But whatever. If I come up to somewhere that needs one of those key cards, I will run back to the base off camera and then come back off camera. Unless something happens, I'll record if something happens, but... And then we'll see if I can get in and explore. I would also like to find another mine if there's one. In part of the storyline for this mod, you have to go and go through a mine and find some stuff. I can't remember exactly what at the moment. It might have been just blueprints or something. Parts. I keep holding Alt and then moving the camera to zoom in and out, but that's not how you zoom out in this. That's gear blocks. Either way, I'm hoping that there's more than just the one. Because I think it would be kind of cool to bring a pretty big resource trailer or a mobile refinery of some kind. And the cutter. Uh-oh, bear. And, go in and get the resources. So if I remember correctly, there was quite a bit. The cutter is also designed for digging underground, technically. It wasn't meant originally for just going around cutting down trees and those rock outcrops, or whatever you want to call them. It was originally designed for digging tunnels and like burrowing under the ground. That's why the cutting head on it can move in pretty much any direction separate from the vehicle itself. It's also supposed to have sticky tires on it so that it can attach to the wall or ceiling or whatever. But they teased that update years ago and it still hasn't come out. So who knows if it will ever. There's another treasure thingy. What are these even called? And it's raining. It'll be nice once I can start making glass and actually put the windows in this and all the lights and stuff, and it feels more like a proper vehicle. I wish I could put sway bars on it without making it too laggy as well, but that would just be way too laggy. I guess I could add a spring to either side of one of the axles. I could put two on the back instead of one that's just in the center. That spring there is just to help the front set of rear wheels not lift under acceleration. But if I put one on either side, and the same with on the front, it would help with body roll at least a little bit. And I should have a couple springs back at the shop. I'm not sure if I have exactly what I would need. I would also like to build a boat sooner than later, which I absolutely suck at doing in this, but I'm sure I could get something that works. And explore out in the water and explore islands and stuff. Make some kind of boat that I can live off of and build and stuff on it. I should practice building boats again. I've tried to make a few boats, and I've made a couple that were decent, but none were ever really that great. I'm either on a peninsula or there's a bit of a lake over there. I'm still kind of surprised at how fast the cozy is when I'm not towing the resource trailer. And see, like, is that just an island over there, or can I get around to it by going around? I would love to be towing a little boat. Maybe I'll work on that soon, one of the next videos. Once I get back to the shop, I'll see if I can make a decent little boat, just for moments like that. Like right now, park the RV, unload the boat, go over, check it out, and come back. Or maybe I could make the cozy amphibious somehow. Just coat the bottom of it with bubble blocks and put a propeller on it, and there we go. And yeah, that does look like it's an island. And there's another bear. I also need to get some better weapons rather than just this sword. I'd like to get a spud gun sooner than later, but I'm not overly worried about it. Even the bears aren't that hard to deal with. Oh, sorry. Should have moved. If you're attacked by a couple bears, then yeah, it can be quite a pain, but they aren't that bad. I'm gonna grab this, and then there was something glowing over there. I'd also like to make a farm sooner than later, but I haven't found a spot that I like enough to do it, or feel like it would work out well. In normal vanilla Scrap Mechanic, there's tiles that typically spawn in. That's a maze made out of hay bales, basically, giant hay bales. And you can use that to make your farm, although the inside is kind of small. It's plenty space, really, for at least one person. But if you make your farm in the inner part of... I can't see anymore. In the inner part of the maze, the robots can't destroy any of the maze because it's physical parts of the map, not placed items. So most of them just get stuck on the outside. And then any that do work their way in, you just put a little wall on the edge of the farm bit in the middle with a couple saw blades, and as soon as they get close enough, they just get taken out by the saw blades or a couple spud guns with sensors to make them go off. And then you can use other spud guns around the outside, or saw blades to take out the ones that get stuck on the edges. And then on the inner bit, you can make it fully automated fairly easily too. Which I still need to rebuild my old one and get a working auto farm built again. Just so I have it. You can base things off it again for other like playthroughs and stuff. Because I would like to do another vanilla playthrough also. But I like the Crashlander mod so much. One, because they add a bit of a story to it. There is stuff in the game files, vanilla game files, that are story based, like voice lines and stuff, and it's actually pretty cool. But there's no actual like story that you can access at the moment, so that's one nice thing about this mod. And then the other nice thing is, as you've seen, instead of like robots and stuff, there's wolves and bears that you have to deal with. And they add a bunch of parts that work with the lore and just fill in gaps that the normal game leaves. Like these crafting tables, there's chairs and stuff. Different types of pipes, so you can make proper sorting systems for your stuff. The alternator that's in the front of the cozy, like, it's just an awesome mod in it. In my opinion, it just makes survival a little bit better and a bit more enjoyable. But having to go around and find the blueprints is a bit annoying. In my opinion, like, it makes sense. I just wish it was easier to find them. Is this just an ember forest, or is this actually something on fire? Is it just like a strip of ember forest? No, that's the crashed ship. Well then. Right. Cozy looks like it's going to stay there. I can't see anything. Ow. I need to set my spawn to the cozy. I completely forgot. Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh, a computer part. I need one of those. I need a few of those. I'm going to set my spawn point there, just in case, before I forget, because I haven't yet. Duck. Oh yeah, I can sleep and advance the time. Pretty sure that's another thing that this mod adds, is sleeping to advance the time like that, and there's a wolf beside the track. Just having a quick sip of my coffee. Let's go deal with that wolf. I don't even like killing the wolves in this. As you can tell with coming out here, I try to avoid them as much as I can. I do need to make some more armor, I think. Control R, yeah. I need to make some more armor and stuff, but Whatever. Okay, that should be fine there. Actually, I am going to move it like so. Let's put that in my inventory more. Not really stuff I need at the moment. I've got tons of copper. I can get water, no problem. Okay. Doors should be... Yep. Have I been... I have been here already. Early on, you have to come here to get something. I completely forgot about that. That would explain why there's that step there. And then, yeah, I already cleared this place out. This is where I would have gotten the calendar that I have in the sleeper upfit for the cozy. Okay, I completely forgot about this. So yeah, we've been here already. Nothing that special. I'll go unload this stuff in the cozy. I'm just gonna put it in this chest for now. And then I can organize it better later. What's there? I feel like there's something that should be here. You know what? I'm gonna go like this because that doesn't need to always be down there. And then that's fine. I also need to eat. Ow. As I smacked my desk by accident. I unfortunately only have a few minutes left of this episode, but I'm just going to, for the next few videos, just keep exploring, seeing what I can find. I might just come across stuff that we've already seen, like that crashed ship, but hopefully I will come across some blueprints sooner than later. There's not much that I can't build that I need. It's mainly glass that I need at the moment, so I can make lights and stuff. It's the food table. Am I missing a workbench? Which one would have been the glass? I feel like I'm missing a workbench. I know I'm missing the scrap bench, but typically it shows even the stuff you can't make just with an X on it. Or not an X, a lock symbol, I think. So I'm not... I'm not sure. I don't remember being able to make all the pipe pieces, but I guess I can. What was it that showed... I'm just getting confused now. I'll take a look next time I'm at the base. I have no idea where I am relative to the base either. Again, if you haven't seen the rest of these videos, I built it beside the large antenna. Or the abandoned antenna, you investigate this, do some other stuff, and then come back and build your own. Or you don't have to come back and build your own here, but because this is a basic, an already set waypoint thing, whatever, you know what I mean, in the mod, I built my base next to it instead of having to use a beacon, just to save on some parts, especially with what I had limited at the time. So I'm about 4 kilometers away, which isn't really that far. And there are more land masses out there that I need a boat to get to, or an airplane or something, but I've never built an airplane in this. I've built a helicopter that actually had like a swash plate and everything, a proper working helicopter. But I've never built an airplane. I've built kind of like a VTOL thing, vertical takeoff and landing thing with thrusters, but it didn't work the greatest. There's one on the workshop that I really, really like, but there's no way I'd be able to build it. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, especially since I'm out of time. Deuce, yeah, there's the cozy with the ambulance outfit on the back. Oh, maybe the grill area is supposed to be angled. I thought it wasn't for some reason, so I'll put the wedges back there and then fix that lower bit to be proper. I have a couple of buildings I'd like to build also, especially like my gas station somewhere. But either way, how do I still have this? Old part. So yeah, there's the survival cutter. The like how it's supposed to be. And it can go anywhere. Wood harvester that I've never really used because this thing, along with a resource trailer and the cozy, just works way better. There's a little hut based off a real one that I know of, 6x6s. I'm looking for the flying thing. There's cozy with the crawler. Oh, someone else's version of it. That's more like a trophy truck. Should load in the ColecoVision. See, my question is, can I build things if I've got the resources for them in my inventory? I would like to try that, so I might go into creative in the next episode. Build something. That's the old Tetra I used to use. Really, they've changed the springs. This had 3 off-road springs on each corner, and this was also completely vanilla. So they've updated the springs at some point. But yeah, that's how I used to build my blades. That's the original, like, mobile base for survival. The original one that I made. There's the rock buggy, an autonomous one. There's the normal motorhome upfit for the cozy. But I wanted it to work better for exploring and building and stuff that I need it to. Hence why I built it the way I did, not like that. There's a trial version, trial truck. Where's the flying thing? Oh, my old Jeep that's missing mods. There it is. Flying Machine by Comrade Nova. Or it was just fixed by Comrade Nova, one of the two. Okay, no. MC Fin Gamer fixed it. All they did was put a couple blocks here, I think, to block that sensor. But this is my absolute most favorite flying thing in the game, at least so far that I've found. It works amazingly, and it's super easy to fly. And same with this one. This one's also really good and really easy to fly, but they've also changed the seats recently. They've been doing some updates to the game recently that have just not been very good. This is like one of the first helicopters ever made for the game, and it actually flies pretty good too. But yeah, like even the seats. This is completely vanilla, but it's showing old parts for the seats, which is kind of weird. So seats and springs and stuff have been changed at some point. Either way, I am out of time for today, unfortunately. I would love to just keep exploring some more, but whatever. Maybe I will play throughout the week once I'm done the rest of my recording, and in between like job searches and stuff, maybe I'll just explore and record while I'm watching YouTube and stuff in the background. And then I can cut it and make an extended video of exploring and looking for stuff. But either way, as usual, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, anything you'd like me to check out, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And as always, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.